Michael was a different level, man. It's a different level of competitiveness, just sheer will to win. He changed the game. He changed the game. I mean, not just in one aspect, in many aspects, every aspect of the game, he changed it. I played against some greatest players in the history of this game. Michael Jordan was one of those guys that lifted my ability to the next level. We enjoyed the competition with one another. We played very hard and fiercely against one another, but it was like you had two gentlemen going head to head. Michael Jordan and I wasn't just coming down the court getting dunks at the dunks. We found creative ways to score. I can't tell you the fun and the pleasure I had to play against him. You know, and Michael and I, we never really talked about those games. It was kind of an unspoken thing between us. You know, the respect level that we had was at a different level. I think I had a great game in Atlanta, and I remember going to Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room, and we're still in suit and tie. We haven't gotten dressed yet, and he walks in our locker room, suit and tie, and I was like, what are you doing coming in our locker room? And I ain't gonna say exactly what I said. And so he walked by me, he walked by Kevin Willis, and he got to Randy Whitman, he tapped him on his butt, and he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night. He got 60 that night. He got 60. And it was a very close game. I think it went down to the last shot in that game, but I think he proved his point.
And a beautiful view of stunning Chicago, close by Chicago Stadium, for a much-anticipated matchup today. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our presentation of today's game. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me courtside, Clark Kellogg. And across the way on the sidelines, David Aldridge. We should be in for a great game here. Clark, it's the Chicago Bulls taking on the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
I'm ready for a good one, partner. Listen to these Chicago fans. Extremely excited to get this underway and see two All-Stars, Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, go at it. This could be an outstanding scoring contest between these two.
You said it. Buckle in. Clark, part of what makes Wilkins and Jordan so exceptional is how many ways they can get points.
Yeah, they score a lot of different ways, Kevin. Their offensive games are really versatile and complete. They can knock down threes, hit the mid-range jumper, and you know they both can do damage at the rim.
And out there for Atlanta, Spud Webb at the point with Doc Rivers at the 2. At the forward positions, Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. John Koncak will be at center. And starting things off for the Bulls, it's John Paxson at point guard with Michael Jordan also at the guard. Then Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant at the 3 and 4. The veteran, Bill Cartwright, in the middle.
Expectations are high for Jordan and Wilkins in this one. They're both exceptional scoring threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W.
Here's Jordan. Dominique Wilkins making his last shot there. Shoots over Wilkins. And Jordan gets it to go.
An effective score from the in-between area of the court. Jordan doing his thing.
You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad.
You are correct, partner. So if Jordan or Wilkins can manage to get off to a hot start, that could spread to the other guys and get their whole team rolling early.
That's a good point.
How about the effort on the offensive boards?
Remarkable job, Clark. The coaching staff really appreciates that.
Down it goes!
goes!
Take that rack
What
down!
a slam!
Jordan giving these Chicago fans what they want with authority.
Jordan's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. You know, Clark, in some ways, this game could come down to either Jordan's or Wilkins. And who scores the most? Outperforming the other could seal the game for their team.
And, Kevin, that's exactly what we'll be keeping a close eye on. Which one is leading in the point column? Because I agree the winner of that duel very well could decide this thing.
Oh, what a duel it's going to be. And now for a little background on this superstar matchup, here's David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jordan and Dominique have met up in the slam dunk contest twice, each winning once. It was just last year that Jordan won over Dominique in one of the most talked about and controversial dunk contests ever. I know fans are hoping we'll see the tie-breaking contest between the two someday. Maybe they'll settle for tonight's game. Back to you.
David, I can see it in my mind's eye. Those two going at it. Clark, no question. They're two of the most skilled dunkers in today's game.
And, Kevin, it's just another thing that makes these meetings so electrifying. So must-see TV. Hard to beat getting to watch two gifted scorers like this go at each other.
And the athleticism is right just off the charts. The #1 objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
Willis, he checked in for Atlanta. It's Wilkins on the wing. They shoot again, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, T-Rex, they call him. Kevin Willis devouring those second chance points.
The Hawks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
One shot.
One shot.
And that one falls for Willis. Some fresh competition, Clark, for the Bulls and Hawks in the league this year, with 2 expansion teams coming to the NBA in Orlando and Minnesota.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, these teams are focused on the game at hand. That's pretty obvious, but this is a very interesting time for the NBA. A lot of new talent and a new landscape.
A lot of growing indeed. Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
Tell you what, early in the game, these kinds of plays can really set the tone.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Will Purdue's checked in for Carter. King comes in for Grant. And Armstrong subbed in for Paxson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Malone. And Smith subbed in for Spud Webb. Rivers passes to Smith. He kicks to Wilkins. And no good that time. And it's Chicago the other way. And here's Jordan outside. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Jordan's got 15 points.
Really smooth shot that time from MJ beyond the arc. Hawks can't afford to let him get it going from the three-point line.
Smith against Armstrong. Rivers gets a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Credit to these Hawks, Clark, for having a constant postseason presence these last few seasons.
3 straight second-round appearances, and then last year a tough loss in the first round. But I say don't let that fool you. These Hawks are a very competitive team.
They really are. Smith, left side. Pass to Wilkins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carr. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Boy, that time Carr staying aggressive, fights for the rebound, and then also fights to get the shot off.
Jordan looking it over. And there's the pass to Armstrong. Purdue with a screen on Smith. Armstrong. And that one drops.
They could not have asked for a better start.
23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Rivers against Jordan. Rivers passes to Carr. Willis tipped back in for 2. Willis has got his second bucket.
Excellent timing. Outstanding positioning.
You're right. Right on cue to tip in that shot. And he protects the play well. With 1 on the clock. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
What a shot to beat the buzzer. And that's how you gain momentum.
And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the Bulls. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago as the second quarter gets underway. It's been an exciting game so far between the hometown Chicago Bulls and the visiting Atlanta Hawks. Here's Jordan.
For the Bulls, they've got a new coach at the helm this season. With Phil Jackson, this is his first stint as a head coach here in the NBA.
They've got Cartwright. Jordan is out there with John Paxson. Then there's Grant, and it's Pippen in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Willis, the pass to Malone. Malone is doubled to the right side. Willis with a screen on Paxson. Outside, Willis. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Rebound by Pippen. Jackson, of course, a former player, a former assistant under Doug Collins in Chicago. And Clark, I hear he's got some interesting ideas when it comes to on-court strategy.
Well, Kevin, you know, he's certainly got some good pieces to test those ideas out with. There's no denying that. But what I think matters most is that the guys seem to relate to him and like him. Chemistry between players and head coaches is critical.
Well, you know, you played a long time, and you know how important that connection can be.
That's a very key deal.
You know, looking back at the opening quarter, Clark, Jordan managed to stay ahead of Wilkins in points scored.
Yeah, really good start for him, Kevin, in that regard, but can he keep doing that the entire game?
Right. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Livingston's checked in for Kevin Willis. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And here is Webb. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Webb. They trail by 16. It's Rivers on the wing. 5 on the clock. Clark, how do you think the Bulls have done so far in defending Dominique Wilkins?
I think they've done a solid job, quite honestly. I mean, they've taken away the easy looks for him, and they're making him work for every shot. Kevin, that's really all you want to do against a great scorer like Wilkins.
Yeah, make him work for every bucket. That's a good point. Jordan against Rivers. Knocks it loose. Webb the pass to Malone. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Webb. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Chicago leading by 18. So far, Michael Jordan has been getting just about, Clark, everything he wants on the offensive end.
And that's not unexpected, but, you know, that doesn't bode well for the Hawks as Wilkins has been unable to answer Jordan with shots of his own, which I think says a lot about the job the Chicago defense is doing.
I agree. Let's go to David Aldridge, who has some inside info on the Chicago Bulls.
Hey, Kevin, when you talk to the coaching staff and you say, what's the key to success against the Hawks, they have a one-word answer. Michael. They expect big numbers from Jordan, probably exceeding his average of 35 points from last season. Back to you, Kevin.
Well, that's good stuff there, David. Sometimes, Clark, the answer is that simple, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to complicate it, especially when you're talking about Jordan, because he does make it really simple. Although he's not a one-man show, his whole team is going to have to still step up.
And they take pride in that, don't they? Helping this very special talent do what they've got to do.
Yeah, they're pros, and they get their checks twice a month, too. Well, you got to appreciate how consistent these Atlanta Hawks have been. I mean, season to season, even while going through some roster shakeups, they've been steady.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. Tony, he's checked in for the Hawks.
Tony.
Bulls on D. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Livingston. Here's Wilkins. And yes, it's good. And that's now 6 points for Dominique Wilkins. Clark, as we know, last year the Hawks were able to hit 50 wins for the 4th consecutive season.
And, Kevin, I think that speaks to, obviously, the product on the floor, but the quality of their organization, too. I mean, these are players and coaches who just know how to win games. And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Rivers against Jordan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for the Hawks, Doc Rivers. 2 shots.
A free throw drops for Rivers.
The Hawks and the Bulls, when you look at the measurables of teams and players, pretty standard for the league, with explosively athletic backcourts and then quite a bit of size down low, too.
Armstrong's checked in for Paxson. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Carr's checked in. Jordan dishes to Pippen. Jordan outside. Clock at 6. Pick by Cartwright. Shot from the top of the key. Again, Chicago. Like we were talking about size, both of these teams start a 7-footer at center.
Yeah, you know, Koncak and Cartwright are very imposing at that position, Kevin. And then you get Grant and Malone, are paired evenly at 6'10", so, hey, there's no way this game is not going to be physical in the paint.
Yeah, it'll be a battle for sure. It's stolen. Tony the pass to Rivers. Knocked away and stolen by Jordan.
You know, Jordan doesn't need any help there. I mean, his athleticism is really on another level.
Clark, they'll need one heck of a rally to climb out of this hole.
And, you know, unfortunately, I'm just not sure they have it in them.
It's Wilkins on the wing, guarded by Pippen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
You know, Wilkins gives you a lot of highlights, but this time showing you he can get gritty and get his hands dirty, absorbing the contact and still getting the shot in the air.
Hodges checked in for the Bulls. Atlanta also making some changes here. Willis comes in for Malone. And Smith subbed in for Rivers. Passes it to Hodges. Back to Jordan. Inside. Cartwright gets the bucket. Cartwright's got his first basket of the night.
Textbook. This is how you run screen and rolls. Cartwright being rewarded for the aggressive and quick slash off the pick.
Wilkins in the post. Defended by Jordan. Up top, Tony. Smith outside. Gets it off. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. So welcome back, everyone, to the third quarter of this contest between the Bulls and the Hawks, where Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins have been going at it. The Bulls leading by 22.
And as this second half gets underway, the defensive ability of the Hawks and Bulls only become more important. You got to limit your opponents down the stretch, and both of these teams have the ability to do that.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Fratello's got on the floor. Konkak is out there with Moses Malone. Then there's Webb. And it's Rivers. And it's Wilkins in at the 3 spot. The shot by Wilkins, no good.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
You got to appreciate a dunk like that, even if you're wearing an Atlanta jersey. My goodness. We were talking about this before, but Clark, some very capable defenders on both sides of the floor.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, the duo of Pippen and Jordan, so effective at wreaking havoc and forcing turnovers. And the Hawks have Doc Rivers, who can hassle ball handlers. He's physical as a backcourt defender, as well as Moses down low to eat that glass and block shots, too.
Both of fun to watch. Here's Jordan. It's Chicago with another bucket. We're going over the numbers from the first half. Clark, Jordan was able to top Wilkins in scoring in the first and second quarters combined.
A critical advantage, partner, that he worked really hard to get.
Oh, and slam it down!
Takeoff! Oh, my goodness!
Did you see that?
How did he do that?
Oh, man.
Oh!
Rivers looking over the floor. Pass to Konkak. Back to Rivers. Left side Wilkins. He dishes it to Malone. The putback. It's been a one-sided affair for sure.
It is obvious and clear who the better team is.
Jordan finds Pippen. Misses the 3. Now Wilkins. He's got 8. And stolen by Jordan. Going inside, and it's Jordan with the jam. With the Hawks here in his building, you can see the way Michael Jordan is approaching every possession. Looking to make an impact. Left side, Wilkins. Tips it up. Will Cartwright grabs the rebound.
These Hawks have a trusted and capable leader steering the ship, and that's Coach Mike Fratello. He won Coach of the Year for his work with this team in the '86 season.
Jordan is double. For three, Paxson. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
They double him with Jordan. Now, here is Webb. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, it's hard to not be captivated by the little fella, Spud Webb. 5'7", but he's got a 42-inch vertical bounce.
Fires from the wing. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. Yeah, an experienced coach who knows his team inside and out. That's Mike Fratello. Clark, do you think that gives the Hawks an advantage?
I think it could, Kevin. I mean, Coach Fratello will have an easier time seeing what his team needs out there and will know what adjustments best suit this squad. And they have not let up. They are still in attack mode despite their sizable lead.
As we get deeper into this game, Clark, it has been all Jordan offensively, as we can see, leaving Dominique well behind him.
You know, I didn't think it would be this one-sided. I mean, Jordan has just been operating at a totally different level, and Dominique has not managed to match that intensity or production.
You're so right. Here in the third quarter, the Bulls, Clark, have managed to be pretty effective when it comes to defending Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, you know, their focus, Kevin, in terms of defending him, I think has really been good. Really good. And I think you can tell it started to frustrate Dominique a bit.
You can. So for the Bulls, Will Purdue's checked in for Cartwright, and King subbed in for Grant. Livingston's checked in for the Hawks. They get the rebound. Jordan outside. 1:16 left to play in the third.
Oh, you love the swagger in MJ's game. Going up high and throwing it down hard.
And the turnover again by Atlanta. Hodges checked in for Chicago. Armstrong comes in for John Paxson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Malone. Smith comes in for Rivers, and it's Tony in for Webb.
When you think about Michael Jordan, you think about scoring, putting the ball in the basket. But he does a lot of other stuff out there as well, like moving the ball effectively.
Wilkins against Jordan. Oh, what a ferocious jam by Michael Jordan.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Smith on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And they double up Jordan. Here is Hodges. Back to Jordan. 6 to shoot. Fires for 3. Hodges, that's good. Hodges has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Ever since halftime, they have been parked out at the arc, dropping bomb after bomb.
Outside Wilkins. Over Armstrong. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Welcome back, everyone. We get into the fourth quarter of this thrilling game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. And this crowd is feeling it.
As this game wears on, you have to be so conscious of Michael Jordan. I mean, he's got something of a reputation for being a closer, and that's an understatement. He finds a way to push himself beyond his limits to come up with clutch points when his team needs it most.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Jordan. Purdue is out there with Neely. Then it's B.J. Armstrong, and it's Hodges in at the 2. Goes up from the top of the key. Yes, that goes in. Jordan's got 54 points. Knowing that Michael Jordan likes to explode down the home stretch offensively, Clark, think the Hawks might increase the defensive pressure on them.
You know, it wouldn't shock me, Kevin, if they did just that. Just make sure somehow, some way, you don't allow him to put together a run.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Koncak's checked in.
John Koncak.
One minute now into this fourth quarter. 2 on the clock. Livingston can't hit.
You know, something I like about both of these teams, the Bulls and the Hawks, is the experience they have, the range of experience. I mean, you've got younger guys like John Koncak and Horace Grant, and then you've got the seasoned veterans like Moses and Bill Cartwright. It's a really good balance.
Pass to Livingston. Here's Koncak. Over Jordan. Nice move. And it's Koncak missing.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Clark, I've always wondered how valuable you think it is for younger players to get a chance to play alongside more experienced players.
Kevin, I think it's crucial and absolutely vital. Older guys have a way of being able to teach a young star so much about patience and which battles you fight and which ones you let go and how you carry yourself as a pro and all of the nuances of playing in the NBA. Good veterans can help young players set the tone for the rest of their careers.
Oh, that's a great answer. And Clark, as we come toward the end of this game, winding our way toward the finish line, the Bulls are doing all they can to limit Dominique Wilkins' production.
And it's working. They're making a strong effort to keep Wilkins from getting a lot of shot attempts. Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for him.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
Smith feeling it out a bit. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Tony kicks to Smith. Willis with a screen on Armstrong. Smith. Rebound by the Bulls. Jordan is doubled. Here's Hodges. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got 5 assists in the game.
And, you know, Craig Hodges is one of those special utility players. He's mainly a three-point shooter and really relishes that role and has a great stroke.
Here's Willis. A shot missing, so the Bulls will take it the other way. And here's Jordan outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
Smith the pass to Willis. Out left to the wing. To the paint. They need this. And it's Willis finishing it off.
The Jet that time quick to find the open teammate there.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Armstrong with it. Puts up a 3. Over to the left wing. Outside Jordan. Purdue the screen. Jacks up a 3. And Willis pulls it down.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Smith, no luck. And so Jordan will bring it up for the Bulls. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Well, Jordan is something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong and does it with force.
Smith against Jordan. Now here's Willis. He's guarded closely. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 14-4 run. A drive by Jordan.
Hey, when Jordan is cutting to the cup, he's locked in on throwing it down. The D doesn't have a chance at denying him that chance.
Smith outside. Here's Willis. It's all in by the Bulls. 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Smith against Jordan. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
What a way for them to finish the game, closing it out with some terrific play.
And Atlanta has possession. Smith outside. Smith drawn the double team. It's blocked.
Imposing his will on defense. Purdue's teammates love when he makes hustle plays like that.
Kings checked in for Hodges. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for the Hawks. 35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's stolen by Smith.
No one saw that.
Left in the fourth quarter. The Hawks again can't hit. And the Bulls with possession. Outside, Jordan launches a 3, drains the three-pointer.
And, you know, their lead just continues to grow, and it's not just because of their offense. They're getting it done at both ends.
And here's Tony. And the Chicago Bulls, Clark, managed to pull out the win here tonight with Michael Jordan delivering a terrific performance to overcome Wilkins and these Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Kevin, able to beat Dominique's offensive talents once again. Always special, though, to watch these two go at it head-to-head. MJ got the better of Dominique this time.
You think about the most complete basketball player, Michael Jordan was it. That year we won 56, 57, 58 games, something like that. We were really good. If you were going to beat us, you had to do something special. And I knew what we were up against in him. You knew it was going to be a daunting task. You're going to play your best basketball, and he's just not going to have an off game. And you're trying to make sure you manage everyone else, and hopefully he has a few misses here or there. They were struggling, and so Michael, I vividly remember one play, he came off of a screen, and he was really supposed to kick the ball to the corner, but he turned the corner, he went to the basket. And I was like, oh, okay. And he took it upon himself to score. Went to overtime, and he was just unstoppable. And he scored, you know, obviously 69 points. He had almost 20 rebounds. So it was remarkable to watch that and to be a part of that, because we had done everything right. And even defending him, we were getting into him, and he was taking tough shots. He was just making them. Michael Jordan took what they did to the next level because of his explosiveness, his swag, his demeanor, and ultimately his success.
Welcome, everyone, to Richfield, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavaliers. With Coach Mike Fratello and Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Cleveland hosting Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. It's a key game in the Eastern Conference playoff race. And Mike, this Cavs-Bulls matchup, it's turned into quite a rivalry.
There are many people looking forward to this matchup. Chicago has eliminated Cleveland in each of the last 2 years, both times in a deciding Game 5 of the first round. They know each other so well. No love lost between them.
None at all. And in terms of familiarity, this is the 26th matchup, Clark, between these teams over the last 3 years. That's a lot of battles. And there are no secrets, are there?
None at all, partner. You think the Bulls and Cavs could call each other's plays out. That's how well they know each other. Tonight, I think it comes down to execution at both ends. Of course, Chicago has an X factor and a significant edge when it comes to Michael Jordan.
Now, let's give you the starting five. For Chicago in the backcourt, John Paxson running the point. And at the 2, it's the former MVP, Michael Jordan. A defensive stopper. Scottie Pippen is the small forward. Horace Grant at the power forward spot. And at center, the big man, 7'1", Bill Cartwright. And introducing the Cleveland starters. Sharp-shooting Mark Price is at the 1. And the defensive specialist, Craig Elo, joins him in the backcourt. The forwards, rookie third-round pick Winston Bennett at 3. With the experienced Larry Nance playing power forward. And finally, the two-time All-Star, Brad Daugherty, is the center.
So far this year, in the first 3 meetings between Chicago and Cleveland, all Bulls wins, Michael Jordan is averaging 44 points per game against the Cavs, shooting 55%. MJ is the last guy Cleveland wants to see.
And Elo drops them both. And Clark, to be fair, Michael Jordan might be the last guy any team in this NBA wants to face.
Well, you won't get any disagreement from me, Kevin. I mean, he's on his way to his 4th straight scoring title, and Jordan is, in fact, the show in the NBA right now, guys.
He is indeed. Yep, it counts.
Talking to Coach Lenny Wilkins, in terms of defending Michael Jordan, Cleveland is looking to start the game with Winston Bennett on MJ.
And then they'd like to end it, Coach, with Craig Elo guarding him. The idea behind that, to me, is start Bennett on him, and then hopefully Craig Elo is fresh down the stretch.
Here's Elo following the basket by Michael Jordan.
Well, there wasn't much there in terms of defensive pressure. I'm sure he'd like another crack at that shot.
Well, Michael Jordan on a historic pace. And for more, here's David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Michael Jordan is well on his way to a 4th straight scoring title. With 14 games left, including tonight, Jordan's averaging more than 33 points per game, giving him a more than 2-point lead over Utah's Karl Malone. The only other player to lead the league 4 straight seasons, the great Wilt Chamberlain. Back to you, Kevin.
That's some good history right there, David. Thank you. MJ is a special player. He's a great scorer. Mike, look at his game. Tell me why.
This might not be the first thing you think of, but his conditioning has a lot to do with it. MJ just never gets tired. He can carry a team.
I've never seen anything like it. Well, Mike, at breakfast, we were opening up the papers here in Cleveland, the front page of the sports section. An article about the Cavs' Craig Elo trying to guard Michael Jordan.
You just know Michael read that article like we did.
And here are the Cavaliers now, after the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Daugherty, 11 feet out, and he hits it.
Terrific to see Brad Daugherty in the starting lineup. He has struggled through injuries this year, so glad to see the big fella healthy and starting.
An all-star the previous 2 seasons, Brad's health is so important for Cleveland.
Here's Jordan. After Brad Daugherty's basket, from past the arc. And again, it's Jordan with a 3. Jordan's got 14.
The Cavs fans might already have their palms in their hands. Jordan looking really strong here early.
Price outside. Daugherty the screen. 5 to shoot. Price kicks to Elo. Over Jordan. Elo can't hit. The Bulls leading by 10. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Grant. 17 points in the game.
We've seen Jordan go to work on his three-point shooting, and the improvement very evident here tonight.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Williams, he's checked in for Bennett. The Bulls also changing it up. Bill Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. King comes in for Horace Grant. And Armstrong subbed in for John Paxson. The best three-point shooting team in the NBA, Clark, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Leading the league at 41%. They also are #1 in attempts and in three-point shots made.
And you know, Kevin, the injury to Brad Daugherty, I think, forced Cleveland into becoming a more focused team from the three-point line. Guys like Price and Craig Elo, Steve Kerr, all shooting it well. That's Mark Price, for those wondering.
That's right.
While the Cavs have lost every meeting with Chicago this year, Mark Price has been excellent against the Bulls.
He sure has been, Coach. With 16 points, 15 assists in one game. 5 days ago in Chicago, Price had 25 points and 8 assists. The Cavs point guard clearly leading the way for his team. Right out of the starting blocks, they've been dominant at the offensive end.
And that early momentum has helped them put together a nice lead.
Now, here's Price. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. They get it back.
That's a big man who knows his role. Grab boards.
From outside the arc. The shot, no good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Williams sets a screen for Price. Pass to Daugherty. They double him with Jordan. To the inside. And the man slams it in.
Oh, my. Baby, 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 Larry Nance. Incredible throwing it down.
Bulls leading by 9. Jordan with it. He's got 19. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Listen, you either double Jordan now or you're going to pay for it later.
And so Price will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's the pass to Williams. It's Elo on the wing. Cleveland moving it around. Pass to Nance. Here's Daugherty. Elo outside. No good on the shot.
I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he was too open or something. He really should have hit that one.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Richfield, Ohio, just a bit south of Cleveland, home of the Cavs. Kevin Harlan, Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge here. We're set for the start of the second quarter between the Cavs and Bulls. It's a big matchup in the Central Division.
Opening night for both of these teams in Chicago, Michael Jordan went off for 54 points. An overtime win for the Bulls.
The headline of the Cleveland sports page, Mission Impossible. Elo to try to ground Air Jordan. For more, let's go to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, you can bet that Michael Jordan read that as well. He's quoted in the article as saying, Craig Elo is a very good defender, and I accept him as a challenge. Now, the backstory, of course, is that Elo was a minor league player just 3 years ago. He signed a new contract here in Cleveland, and his defense was a big reason why. But you know Jordan's going to bring something extra tonight. Kevin?
He always does. David, thank you for that. Mike, the Cavs coaches probably wish they ran that story on another day.
I mean, did they have to run that article today? Let's be clear here. As good as Elo is, no one is stopping Michael Jordan when he's on. Sorry, Craig.
On out there with Williams. Then there's Elo. Then it's Kerr. And it's Nance in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Fantastic finish.
Clark, he's made a habit of dunks like that.
Very comfortable off the floor.
And Clark, that 54-point outburst for Michael, a season high for the all-world guard.
Kevin seems like he just has the Cavs number. I mean, he also had those 41 points 5 days ago against Cleveland. MJ slept real well last night in anticipation of this one.
He must have. But boy, he gets ready to play him, doesn't he?
Yep.
Here is Kerr. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
That's a heads-up play by Kerr, finding the open man and getting him the ball on time and on target. Well done.
An excellent job by the Bulls, Clark. So far on defense, they have limited the Cavs' three-point shooting game.
With Jordan and Pippen defending the perimeter, hard to get good looks. The Bulls are not an easy team to knock down threes on.
Not at all. Now here's Nance. Williams passes to Elo. Brown with a screen on Jordan. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Elo. And it's Cartwright with the rebound. Chicago leading by 14. No good from Jordan.
Boy, they got lucky on that one.
Yeah, he's an incredible three-point shooter. So you are ecstatic anytime it doesn't go in.
Nance a screen on Armstrong. Pass to Nance. Shoots over Pippen. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Jordan is doubled. Passes it to Armstrong. Elo with the steal. Nance outside. Back to Elo. The pass to Williams. Back to Kerr. 4 on the clock. From 18 feet away, the Cavaliers again can't hit.
The Cavs shocking the NBA with a huge trade back in November, trading their leading scorer, one of the best 2 guards in the league, Ron Harper, and a first-round pick to the Clippers, and got 2 young players back.
Offensively, Clark, things have sort of fallen apart for them.
And they need to recover as soon as possible.
Pass to Kerr. Now here's Williams. He is guarded by Cartwright. Williams kicks to Kerr. Here's Elo. And it's off from 3-point range. Mike, for the Cavs, the trade has been a catastrophe so far.
You lose Harper, who was averaging 22 a game. The 2 players you get back, one has already been cut. The other, playing pro ball in Italy. So you don't replace Harper's production at all.
Not at all.
Boy, giving up the body to make a play right there, that's really good defense.
He read that to a T. Got there early and braced himself for the hit.
Bennett's checked in for the Cavaliers. Price comes in for Kerr. The Bulls also changing it up. Purdue, he's checked in for Cartwright. And King subbed in for Horace Grant. And Cleveland making a change here. Gordy's checked in. Here's Price. That one, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
The first-year head coach of the Bulls, 44-year-old Phil Jackson. The last 2 seasons, Jackson was an assistant under former Bulls coach Doug Collins. And while Jackson was a head coach in Puerto Rico, this is Phil's first NBA head coaching job.
I like that they're putting in the work, trying to build this lead out.
Because in the NBA, no lead is safe.
Williams, a screen on Armstrong. Price dishes to Williams. Bennett the pass to Elo. Shot clock at 6. Williams a screen. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. The Cavaliers with another miss.
And great challenge by the defense there to prevent the inside bucket.
They don't hesitate when they get their opportunity to punch it inside.
And Bulls coach Phil Jackson, a great player back in the day, you may recall, Clark, with the New York Knicks.
Yeah, he was on championship teams in 1970 and 73 with the Knicks. And he's a player's coach. He's known to be laid back, but it'll be interesting to see if he can take this Bulls team to the next level.
My guess is he can. What do you think?
I would agree.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. Pass to Williams. On the wing, Elo. Defended by Jordan. Doherty with the screen on Armstrong. Shot from 12. Second chance shot. There's the nice layup by Doherty.
Tell you what, whenever Doherty steps onto the floor, you're almost ready to mark a double-double in the book just because he shows up.
Michael Jordan has had such great success, Mike, against this Cleveland franchise, hasn't he?
The shot last year on this floor, 54 points opening night in Chicago. MJ loves playing the Cavs.
He does indeed. And Jordan gets it to go.
Terrific focus to get to the basket there.
Surprised they left him that much of a lane to work with.
Price against Armstrong. Price kicks to Elo. Doherty the screen. Tries it from the top of the key, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. All right, here we go. The second half start from Northeast Ohio with Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and D.A. This is Kevin Harlan. It's the Cavs and Bulls, a huge game in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Thus far, another monster game from Michael Jordan against Cleveland. You know, Mike, he just owns the Cavaliers, doesn't he?
Well, the newspaper editor didn't do Cleveland any favors by running that article. Jordan making a point tonight, no one can guard me.
Very clear. So starting the second half, here's who Phil Jackson has on the floor. Michael Jordan is out there with John Paxson. Then there's Grant. Then there's Cartwright. And it's Pippen in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, Pippen has an excellent sense for how the play is unfolding and doesn't have much trouble finding those open shooters.
Price looking it over. Shoots from 12. The shot's good. Price has got his first points of the game.
He's got a strong mid-range shot, so when he finds those openings, he won't hesitate.
Outside, Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Paxson passes to Jordan. Oh, and the jam by Jordan. And looking at Cleveland's three-point numbers, Clark, they're down compared to what they normally do.
Well, you know, it was a point of emphasis and focus for Phil Jackson and his staff. I mean, the Cavs offense is centered around, predicated on knocking down threes. So Chicago clearly looking to disrupt that.
Nance. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And that's a strong defensive effort to force the miss, especially against someone of his caliber.
A nice shot by Jordan.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
I'm glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
He made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Takes it inside, and the dunk by Jordan.
He doesn't pass up any opportunities to throw it down.
Oh, no. Once you give him space to take off, he goes for it.
Slamming it down with one hand, too. Love the ferocity.
Doherty, the screen. Elo, the pass to Doherty. The rebound by Cartwright.
It is great to see Brad Doherty out there. Earlier in the season, Brad had ankle surgery, and he still isn't up to 100%. If Cleveland wants to make the playoffs, they need Doherty healthy.
Playing well on both ends of the floor, stifling defense and dangerous O. That's a heck of a combo.
That's what has built this lead.
Here's Doherty, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Chicago with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And the great Brad Doherty, an all-star the previous 2 seasons for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, he's the #1 overall pick back in 1986, and he certainly has lived up to the billing of being a franchise center. He's a double-double machine, highly efficient, very skilled, and still working his way back to that all-star level.
Clark, you were a double-double machine, about 19 points a game, and just a hair under 10 rebounds a game.
Yeah, I found my way into that category the short time that I played, Kevin.
Williams, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And a change for the Bulls. Davis is checked in for Pippen. Passes to Nance. Elo outside. Here's Doherty, and he makes good on the layup. Doherty's got 6.
Look, the Cavs have been a bit disappointing this season, sitting at 32-36 right now. Remember, last year, they won 57 games, the second most in the NBA, won an incredible 37-4 in this building. A few things have been a little off this year, to say the least. And perhaps the coach lit a fire under them at halftime because they have owned this third quarter.
And it's important for them to keep it going. Can't show any signs of slowing down. And he's trying to carry this offense, but he can't do it alone. His guys need to help him.
And Cleveland just a few levels below last year. Coach, why is that?
The Ron Harper trade has been a disaster. That's 18-5-5 you lose from Harper. Brad Daugherty's ankle injury has really hurt this team.
Whoa! Big time! Yeah, Mark Price, a superb passer. Excellent at finding teammates when they're wide open.
Elo against Jordan. So Jordan now approaching the 54-point mark he posted against the Cavs earlier this season.
Attacking the paint that time, unfazed by the bigger defender.
Touch, angles, whatever it takes to elude the shot blocker.
1:05 left in the third quarter. Here's Price. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Grant's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. So Mike Fratello, this Cavs-Bulls matchup, it has really turned into a terrific rivalry.
Well, the Bulls keep knocking the Cavs out in the playoffs. Division rivals play each other 6 times during the regular season, so they see each other a ton.
Very good point. And they double up Jordan. Shoots over Elo. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Brown is checked in for Nance. Chicago also making some changes. Will Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. King comes in for Grant. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. And they double up Price. Elo dishes to Williams. Rebound by Armstrong.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Jordan now just a 3-point shot shy of the 54-point performance against the Cavs.
He's been a reliable offensive option, currently maintaining an impressive field goal percentage in this game.
You know, and to put things simply, they've outworked the opposition on the glass, which is why they have this lead.
Yeah, coach has to be really happy with their effort on the boards. Just being absolutely relentless and torching the opposition as we.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. All right, we've made it to the fourth quarter. Kevin, Mike, Clark, and D.A. with you. Yet another matchup between the Cavs and the Bulls. These two know each other so well.
Well, when you talk about Craig Elo, what a story this guy is. Was cut from the NBA, playing in a minor professional league, got a 10-day contract with Cleveland 3 years ago to replace Mark Price, who had appendicitis. Elo has stuck since then in the league.
They've got Hardy. Rollins is out there with Brown. And there's Bennett. And it's Kerr in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Rollins. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And for Elo, making it in the NBA, Clark, he just got rewarded.
And really cool to see. I mean, recently signing a new big contract. He's a fantastic three-point shooter, and he's one of the better defenders at the 2-guard spot in the league. And he's got a really good work ethic and sets a great example for his teammates.
Well said. Hardy passes to Bennett. Cleveland moving it around. Kerr outside. Back to Brown. Kerr outside. No good on the 3.
Looking forward to the playoffs. We know the Bulls will be there. They're jockeying for position. Chicago has been knocked out by the bad boys the last 2 seasons.
And he gets it to go. Jordan's got 57 points.
Well, it's really hard to come back if you can't get stops. You've got to figure out a way to stop the bleeding if you're going to come back.
And he looked very comfortable on that one. Not a lot of resistance.
And here's Bennett. Back to Kerr. Now the pass to Bennett. Dishes it to Brown. The 3. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Well, for the Bulls in the playoffs, Clark, what do they need to do to get to the final?
Kevin, I think they've got to toughen up. Become more aggressive, more physical, especially if they want to beat Detroit. You've got to be willing to take a beating and give one out. They need more from Scottie Pippen, too. He only averaged 9 points a game in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
That's right. Kerr, the pass to Bennett. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Oh, Clark, the Bulls have done a great job against Michael Jordan, rising to career levels for the first time since 1987. 61 points.
The big man, Purdue, possesses a good feel for when to give it up.
They want to break this scoring drought, Mike.
Well, they've had a lid over the basket for a while now.
Indeed. Brown feeling it out a bit. Out to the wing. Rollins the pass to Bennett. Here's Hardy. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan.
He loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
Paxson, he's checked in for Chicago. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Well, we've been tracking the scoring of Michael Jordan. And, Coach, no surprise. He has been dynamite.
Did they have to run that story today about Elo guarding Jordan? I think the article poked the bear, as if Jordan needed anything else to motivate him.
Isn't that the truth? My goodness. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Bennett. No good on the triple.
Tell you what, you can feel their frustration underneath the surface.
That ties it. Michael Jordan has equaled his career high. 63 points. An enormous effort tonight. Pass to Bennett. Brown outside. Pass to Hardy. Brown outside. Here's Bennett. They can't stop the run with that one.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And here's Jordan outside. Rollins grabs the board. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Hardy passes to Rollins. Kerr's shot is good. Kerr's got his first 2 points.
Nice job finishing inside. Kerr proving he's more than just a jump shooter.
Here's Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Chicago, Michael Jordan.
First free throw is good. And Cleveland making a change here. Elo's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Now Kerr. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Brown against King. Brown the pass to Rollins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Elo. That's good. And so Kerr with the assist.
Boy, look at how quickly Elo gets that shot off. He doesn't waste any time with that opening.
Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan now at 67 points. Has now set this building's scoring record. Absolutely outstanding. And it's Bennett in the corner. Back to Kerr, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Bulls ball.
Here's Jordan. Driving the lane, and the Bulls get it back. 43 seconds left in the game. Second shot opportunity. Unbelievable. Jordan just notched 69 points. A man on a mission tonight, folks. Holy cow. Passes it to Bennett. King against Brown. Feeds it to Kerr. It's 6. Bennett the pass to Brown. Kicks it to Bennett. For 3, Kerr. Cleveland the rebound. Elo outside. Here's Bennett. And the Bulls with another win over Cleveland. Coach, Chicago is 4-0 against the Cavs this season.
They've got one more meeting in 2 weeks to finish the season series. But, guys, this is total domination by Chicago.
And, Clark, tonight, a Bulls win and a brutal loss for the Cavs in this playoff race.
Definitely, Kevin. I mean, they're a full game out now. Still, Cleveland does have 13 games left, and the Bulls, they solidify their spot as the 2 seed.
It appears they have. For our terrific reporter, David Aldridge, along with Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thank you for tuning in tonight. See you next time.
Michael Jordan's flair, charisma, control, understanding the game. Nobody can do that. He was so graceful with the basketball, and he would change gears on you and change direction really, really quick. It's just amazing, man. If you see it, in person, it's like, we're like, oh. We start a fast break, somebody's gonna get dunked on, and it's gonna be Michael dunking on somebody. In the 1990 Eastern Conference Finals, I think the Bulls was really getting to figure us out. Joe Dumars used to guard him first because that's the beginning of the game. Then once he got out the game, I had to go guard him. I don't think anybody else could have guarded him. John Sally, Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, no. Whenever he got the ball, I'm pretty much like nose to nose with him because I didn't want him to do anything to embarrass me. I'm gonna name the Jordan rule. If he goes to the hole, put him on the ground. If you see some of those clips, you'll see that we just hit him every time we go to the basket. And he's always on the ground, like in pain. But he always gets back up. He learned after a while, man, that he just took control from there. I think people really saw one of the best performances in the NBA when Michael played against us. And we didn't let anyone do that against us. But almost put 50 on us quick. Check his resume out. It's awesome. It's like, wow, this guy is amazing.
The tallest building in the world, the Sears Tower, and the pride of Chicago, where we get ready for playoff basketball. Welcome, everyone, to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm Kevin Harlan with Coach Mike Fratello and Clark Kellogg. We have Game 3 between the Pistons and the Bulls. Mike, I hope you can hear me. This Chicago arena is rocking right now.
Well, this city knows how pivotal this game is for the Bulls. It's a must-win situation for Chicago, and they'll need to be at their best to stand a chance.
Oh, and that won't be easy. Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Clark, have so far been stifled by this great Piston D.
Well, the Pistons are known as the bad boys, and for good reason. The defense is suffocating, it's physical, it's disruptive, and it's unrelenting. Chicago has to find some way to get their offense going in this series.
As you always say, they hang their hats on their defensive play.
That's right.
Here now, a look at the starting five for the Pistons. It's Thomas and Dumars in the backcourt. Rodman and Laimbeer, the fearsome front court pair. And in the middle, James Edwards. Looking at the starting five for the Bulls. Paxson runs the point. Grant and Cartwright play in the post at the 4 and 5. And on the wings, it's the dynamic duo of Jordan and Pippen.
And the Pistons defense so physical. You know you'll get bumped and banged up against them. They are both intimidating and effective.
And Joe Dumars the bucket on the assist from Rodman.
Great feed by Rodman.
Up top, Paxson. Back to Jordan. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And Clark, with the Pistons and their defense, they've also imposed what they call the Jordan rules. What is that?
Well, I tell you, it's 10 eyes on Jordan at all times, sending doubles, triples, and traps at Jordan whenever he has the ball, Kevin. And they know he's the key to the Bulls' offense, so they're really trying to cut him down with a lot of bodies and a lot of physicality. And so far, through the first two games, it's worked.
That's a good explanation. Now, here is Dumars. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Grant. Mike Fratello, Michael Jordan, through the first two games, has been solid.
Make no doubt about it. I'm loving it.
What a throwdown.
This is why so many love watching Jordan play. Such an explosive dunker.
Here's Thomas. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the jam by Dennis Rodman.
How about Rodman taking flight, showing how dangerous he can be on alley-oops.
Here's Jordan. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Tell you what, he looks laser focused out of the gate. Scary thought for the defense when he's locked in like that.
And you worry about just how quickly he's working himself into a rhythm. Not what the D wants.
The stage is set, and it's one that Isaiah Thomas knows well. And for more on that, here's our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, this is an ongoing story. We have Isaiah Thomas coming back to his native Chicago. He's talked about how he wanted to play with the Bulls and how he used to sneak into this arena. Obviously, he's very happy in Detroit, but he loves this building, and he usually plays well here. Guys?
Thanks, D.A. And, of course, Mike, Isaiah's backcourt partner has shined as well.
Joe Dumars, the MVP of last year's finals, leading them in scoring in the first 2 games at the Palace.
It's about as good a backcourt, I think, as this league has ever seen, wouldn't you say?
A very versatile backcourt.
Mike, the Bulls have had some turnover problems in this series, and that is something they're going to have to avoid here.
Without question, 19 turnovers for them last game. You know the Pistons bring the pressure. Bulls have to minimize unforced errors.
Especially at this stage of the season in big games like this. Here's Thomas. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Thomas passes to Edwards. Here's the teardrop. And it's Jordan with the rebound. And Clark, Isaiah Thomas, just 8 points in game 1.
Oh, my goodness! Come on now.
He's got that ball on a string. Jordan using his smooth handles to get that bucket.
Pistons trail by 7. And here is Thomas. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Dumars. Misses the baby hook. And so Jordan will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The mid-range is more or less wide open for Jordan. It's a go-to scoring area for him.
We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
Oh, here's Edwards. Outside Dumars. Shot clock at 6. Charity stripe shot. Detroit, no good that time either.
Not a bad look, just didn't fall.
Jordan is doubled. The pass to Cartwright. Back to Jordan. Shot from 12. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And the Pistons up 2-zip in this series. They are completely in the driver's seat. The onus is on the Bulls to make the adjustments to get back in this series.
And I'm expecting that Coach Jackson will certainly have to mix things up, Mike. The Pistons are a monster, but they aren't invincible, especially with the team that has Michael Jordan. See, I think this is where you let James Edwards go to work. He's so smart and difficult to defend in the paint.
And they double up Jordan. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Michael Jordan on the wing. Trying to get open is Pippen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Isaiah Thomas.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger, it seems, as the game goes on.
Some changes for Chicago. Kings checked in for Cartwright. Neely comes in for Grant. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. Then for the Pistons, Sally, he's checked in for Edwards. Aguirre comes in for Dennis Rodman. And it's Johnson in for Dumars.
And the Bulls seemingly over their injury issues now. Paxson's ankle and Jordan's hip are looking close to 100%.
And, you know, Mike, it was obvious how those injuries impacted the Bulls early on. In games 1 and 2, their backcourt was just not at full strength.
Pistons trail by 12. Outside Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Absolutely nothing falling for Thomas in this series. And it's mighty frustrating for him. Michael Jordan getting it done for Chicago. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter.
10.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals here in Chicago. The Bulls leading by 12. B.J. Armstrong is out there with Michael Jordan. Then it's Ed Neely. Then it's King. And it's Pippen in at the small forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Neely, the pass to Jordan. Pass to Neely. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And early in this series, the Pistons have had a big bench advantage. A lot of points chipped in from the second unit. It's a problem for the Bulls.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. Johnson against Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Aguirre kicks to Johnson. The wing jumper off target. Hey, Clark, remember in Game 1, the Bulls only managed 12 points from their bench.
But they did get it going in Game 2, Kevin, but so did the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a deeper and more battle-tested bench. Somebody on Chicago's side is going to have to really step up.
Johnson against Jordan. Johnson, the pass to Sally. There's Aguirre. Out of bounds. Pistons balls. Detroit keeps possession. Cartwright's checked in for King. Edwards, he's checked in for the Pistons. Dumars comes in for Johnson. And Detroit has possession. They trail by 16. Just 5 on the clock. He tries for 3. Sally's shot is off. Mike Jordan is coming out of the gate hot, as we can see, shaking off that last 20-point performance.
And this was one of the more predictable things to happen. Jordan is just too competitive and driven to not come out strong after last game.
We knew it was going to happen. There's Aguirre. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Over Aguirre. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Jordan's got 6 in the quarter.
Nice work, and they are getting it done at both ends.
And building on this lead. They're playing a pretty complete game.
Thomas passes to Aguirre. And nothing is falling for him right now. The Bulls leading by 20. And a look at the 2 stars of these teams. Michael Jordan, coach, has been magnificent early on.
This is exactly how Jordan and the Bulls wanted to start things off. Jordan is locked in. He looks like he's on his way to another incredible performance.
Here's Jordan. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Jordan's got 27.
Looking at the Pistons, you have to appreciate their approach. They play to their strengths and keep a very level head throughout the game.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Chicago making some changes. Grant comes in for Neal, and Hodges subbed in for Armstrong. Outside Thomas. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Jordan. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. And with the Pistons' approach, Clark, it's almost methodical how they go about things.
Kevin, it's not only methodical, it is maniacal and physical. And that's what being a champion does to you. This team knows they're great. They feel if they play their game, nobody can beat them physically, but more importantly, emotionally and mentally.
So confident. Once again, Thomas struggling, Clark, to find any rhythm on offense.
And I'm wondering, Kevin, if it's the Bulls' defense or something else. He's had a tough time getting his shot to fall.
And for a word about the Pistons' second unit, we send it to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, typically the Pistons only play 8 guys, but they may go 12 deep now. Scott Hastings has started something called the Bench Bandits in Detroit. They wear rubber bands on their left wrists, and if one of those last 4 guys isn't paying attention, they snap it. It's kind of a painful way to stay focused. Guys, back to you.
It seems that way. Something's working, though. Mike, in the first 2 games, Pistons bench outscored the Bulls bench by 30 points.
That's a whopping margin. It's been no contest. A major storyline in this series.
Agreed. Well, the Bulls have done a much better job, Clark, limiting turnovers in this game.
And it seems like they've made a concentrated effort to be more careful, to squeeze that orange a little bit better. You can see the change compared to the last game.
And here are the Bulls now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Bill Laimbeer's checked in for Detroit.
First team foul. Pistons substitution.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Jordan passes to Grant, and the shot goes in.
This is exactly where Grant, I think, is most comfortable operating. Feels like nobody can guard him in close.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
For the Pistons, Rodman, he's checked in for Aguirre, and it's Johnson in for Dumars. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself in the position, and then was able to make the play. You take a look at this Pistons offense, and they run an awful lot of pick-and-roll action effectively because they're an excellent passing team, and they work really well together. And when you're guarding him, you've got to fight over the top.
Lock and trail around the screen and deny the perimeter shot.
Hodges against Thomas on the wing. Johnson. 5 to shoot. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Johnson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. The drive by Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
They've done a nice job keeping the intensity up, starting to pull away now.
They know they can keep the pressure on and put this game out of reach if they keep at it.
Passes to Rodman. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Thomas passes to Edwards. Johnson outside. Detroit needs to get off a shot from deep. Thomas doesn't go for it.
Struggling to find their flow while the other team is on the roll.
Yeah, this drought is really hurting them. They've got to mix things up and try and snap out of it.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls out there all by themselves with a welcome everyone back to Chicago. It's the Bulls and Pistons in an Eastern Conference Finals showdown.
One thing the Bulls need to make sure they do is attack the rim. They settled for way too many outside looks the first few games. You need to test the Pistons inside.
And they double up Jordan. Cartwright up top. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls from the top of the key. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And once Jordan gets rolling, you're done. Because he's relentless in how he continues to attack.
Pippen in particular, Clark, shied away from driving early in this series, it seemed.
Well, Kevin, the Bulls know the Pistons are going to touch them up, be physical with them when they drive the ball. But they need to get over that and go with reckless abandon and strength to the basket. Settling for outside shots is not going to win them this series.
On the court for the Pistons, Joe Dumars is out there with Thomas. Then it's Edwards. Then it's Dennis Rodman. And it's Lambeer in at the 4. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
And regardless of how this series goes, what a successful year it's been for Chicago. 55 wins, the second most in franchise history.
Here's Dumars. It's rebounded by Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And they double up Jordan. Rebounded by the Pistons. Hey, Clark, no matter how this series shakes out, you feel the Bulls are poised for something bigger in the future.
Clearly, Kevin, the foundation is laid. They've got a star and a really good core group. I think it's just a matter of growing this group together, maturing, becoming more confident and physical, and you could see them competing for a title in the very near future.
We've seen this process before. It takes time, sometimes, for teams to get by a tough opponent.
Great point, Kevin, and there's no denying it. You don't see teams become championship teams overnight. There's a seasoning and a journey that's required to become champions.
Here's Dumars. Rodman trying to break free. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And, you know, these teams met 5 times during the regular season, and the Pistons won 4 of those meetings. That has to be...
Whoa!
Hey, now! Hey, now! Yeah!
When you talk about driving to the basket and finishing, Jordan is as skilled as they come. Good luck to any defense trying to stop him in that situation.
Outside Dumars. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Dennis Rodman with the slam.
And what a crowd pleaser that alley-oop was.
Clark, especially when executed just like we saw.
Perfect.
Yeah, it really doesn't get any better than that.
Here's Jordan. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
Jordan, so sweet to watch in the air. What a treat.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Dumars. Outside, Lambeer. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Lambeer. Thomas with it for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Jordan. And Jordan Mike continues to get things to fall. What a show he is putting on tonight.
You can see the fire in Jordan's eyes. He's on a mission to make a statement this game.
Dumars against Jordan. Guys, we've seen this pressure from the Bulls defense before. In the second half now, and Mike, as we can see, Jordan continues to lead the way.
And you can't help but be impressed by the show Jordan is putting on. There is no way for them to slow down or contain his airness.
He's been wonderful. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Kings checked in for Cartwright. Neely comes in for Horace Grant. And Hodges subbed in for John Paxson. And then for Detroit, Sally, he's checked in for Edwards. Aguirre comes in for Dennis Rodman. And it's Johnson in for Dumars. Here's Aguirre. Good, and it's Lambeer with the assist that time.
This is exactly why they encourage Aguirre to take these shots here, because he's such an effective scorer in that space.
Thomas against Jordan. Over Thomas. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Jordan's got 43 points. Thomas against Jordan. Aguirre with it. Outside Thomas. Shot from free throw range. He can't get that one. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And Scottie Pippen so good at surveying the floor. Like seeing him find the open man with those sweet dishes.
So it's the Pistons now. Coach, they're ice cold on the offensive end.
Well, something has to change.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Turning defense into emphatic offense.
And Clark, we might see a timeout coming up here.
For sure.
Yeah, that is the definition of a momentum play. His team is fired up right now.
Now into the lineup for the Pistons, Gerald Henderson.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now, here is Aguirre. Pass to Lambier. 1 second left.
As a defender, Jordan just loves you. He never backs off, never gives you room to breathe.
And so it's Chicago, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return. Here we go, the fourth quarter on the way in this crucial Game 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And you look at the coaches in this matchup. Obviously, the Pistons have a legend on their bench who has won a title. But the Bulls have shown well under Coach Jackson.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Purdue is out there with King. Then there's Hodges. Then there's Armstrong. And it's Jordan in at the 3. A shot by Bedford, no good. And Coach Phil Jackson in his first full year with the Bulls.
And you know, Kevin, Jackson has changed the offensive approach for this team. He was an assistant before with the Bulls, so he understands their personnel. Seems like a really good fit so far into his tenure.
Yeah, he was an assistant under Doug Collins.
Yep.
Hodges against Johnson. Pass to Sally. To the middle. Here's Henderson, and it's blocked.
The 7-footer will produce, saying, no, no, no.
Detroit, no good that time either. Mike Fratello, what a gigantic night for Michael Jordan against these Detroit Pistons.
First game of the series at home, you knew this would be Michael's time to shine. What a memorable performance from an elite player.
Against these bad boys from Detroit. They set the pick. They double-team Johnson. At the top of the key, Henderson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Johnson. Three-pointer. The rebound by Purdue. Johnson's gone 1 of 4 from the field. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
He loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
Johnson outside. Pass to Sally. Back to Johnson. Purdue with the rebound.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow...
Whoa!
That'll get the crowd on their feet.
That was ridiculous!
In the open floor, few are better than Jordan. MJ can literally fly.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Pistons. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. They double-team Johnson. Here's Sally. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman. Rodman's got 3 assists now in this one. And the Bulls ahead in this one, Clark. They've minimized mistakes, and they have the lead to show for it.
Exactly, and sometimes it's really simple. Take care of the ball, get good shots, and usually good things happen.
Johnson surveying the floor. Out to the right wing from about 19 feet. A shot by Bedford, no good.
The defense willing to concede the mid-range. As the lesser of evils, it paid off there.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Their offense has really stood out. They're piling up the points and torching this defense.
I like how under control they've been on offense, keeping things simple and running their plays well.
And the Pistons making a change here. Edwards is checked in.
For the Pistons, James Edwards.
Johnson outside. And the pass to Henderson. Michael Jordan grabs the miss. Here's Chicago. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's Jordan on the wing. Shoots over Henderson. Rebound by the Pistons.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Neely's checked in for the Bulls. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Aguirre's checked in for Dennis Rodman. Here's Henderson. It's hauled in by Purdue. And so here is Chicago. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Rolling towards the rim with momentum. Jordan is an absolute terror on the drive.
Here are the Pistons with the ball. There's the feed to Edwards. Over to the wing. Here's Henderson. Aguirre kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. The 3. And they get it back.
You got to feel for him. He just cannot seem to buy a bucket here.
Yeah, but he has to stop shooting. He's really hurting his team. You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Back to Henderson. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hodges against Johnson. Edwards trying to get open. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here are the Bulls now. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Step back and squared up.
Smooth like silk. MJ with a nose for the bucket. Knocks down the quick trigger jumper there.
Aguirre against Jordan. Now, here is Aguirre. D right on him. And he drives in. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And there's no off switch on Aguirre. He's constantly pushing it, forcing contact on the drive.
And the Bulls making a change here. Paxson's checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And they double up Jordan. Pass to Purdue. Now Jordan launches it, buries it from 3-point range.
And this run has helped seal the win.
Give them credit for executing down the stretch. Nice work.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Henderson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Pistons,
Both free throws good from Henderson. And here are the Bulls now. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Jordan looking around. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
coming out of the floor for your Bulls, DJ Armstrong.
strike in a game they needed to win so badly. Michael Jordan and the Bulls get the win. What a tremendous effort from Chicago.
Series.
The Pistons, 23. Thank you, everyone, for making it and supporting your team.